I don't think you're a bad person. I think you use bad judgment.
This is the moment that changed Robert Tidwell's life. In this interrogation video obtained by KITV News, Round Rock police are questioning him as a suspect for indecent exposure at a Central Texas YMCA.
I wouldn't have called you if there was any kind of mistake, because that's kind of silly just to randomly call people.
But did they?
I know I'm innocent. I know there's some kind of mistake, sir.
Officers arrested the husband and father of 5 on the 2011 charges. Twice. A move that cost the city a $110,000 payout.
I'm nervous if I'm driving through Round Rock and I see a police car behind me. I'm worried about, if anything can happen in the future.
Tidwell says that fateful August day, he and his family went to the YMCA, then grabbed Slurpees before heading home, unaware of a police investigation.
That was pretty insulting and disturbing to hear that.
The cops believe the evidence from witnesses pointed directly at Tidwell.
So they got the wrong license plate number, they got the wrong car, they got the wrong guy, I got the wrong picture, and you're not the guy on video. Really?
As it turns out, Tidwell's attorney claims there was no video showing him committing the crime. Also, one of the photo lineups identified another person, and the license plate number was not registered to Robert Tidwell.
You went from family man, good job, to indecent exposure suspect with
Yes.
a mugshot on the internet.
Yeah, full public record of that arrest.
In an internal affairs investigation interview, the detective admitted a mistake.
John, did you intentionally put false information in Mr. Tidwell's arrest affidavit?
No, sir. I didn't. It was an accident. I made a mistake. I did. I made a big mistake.
According to documents provided by the Round Rock Police Department, the detective was found in neglect of duty. His discipline, an 8-hour suspension without pay. Tidwell says his punishment dragged on for years.
For nearly 2 years, I woke up every day knowing that I was out on bail, pretty much, having that over my head.
KITV News tried multiple times to talk with the Round Rock Police Department, the detective involved, and the head of the police union. No one would agree to an interview. After weeks of back-and-forth conversations, the city of Round Rock finally provided this statement. Quote, "We acknowledge an error was made in the report during the investigation of Mr. Tidwell. The detective involved was disciplined, and departmental policy was changed to help ensure this does not occur in the future," end quote. But Tidwell wasn't arrested once. He was arrested a second time for the same crime. The second arrest came just months after he filed a formal complaint with the police department. The city statement says reopening or continuing an investigation after a prosecutor has declined to prosecute a case pending further investigation is not an uncommon practice in law enforcement. The fact that this happened in Mr. Tidwell's case 2 months after he filed a complaint against the department is coincidental.
Instead of just admitting fault and moving on, they doubled down on their mistakes and ran Robert through all this again. That's really what's really shocking here.
Scott Medlock is Tidwell's attorney. After the charges were dropped for the second time, they filed a lawsuit, eventually settling for $110,000.
A settlement like this sends a message, and that message is that they need to just do tip-top work because we're really talking about very serious situations.
He believes this is a case about police misconduct and called for changes. The city acknowledged department policies were changed, saying new steps were added to the process for requesting a warrant, including printing out the entire case file so a sergeant can review it and place it in a record.
I was living with the real possibility that I could have been prosecuted and found guilty of that charge.
Somebody could take a closer look at.
Everything's been done before I called you.